The ordinance, yeah. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our regular commission meeting. The time, regular commission meeting, October 8th, 2025. The time is now 6:06. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Commissioner Bass. Here. Commissioner Irvin. Here. Vice Mayor Kelly.
President.
Commissioner Santiago.
Here.
Mayor Taylor.
Here. As we stand for our invocation prayer led by Pastor Christina Pinellas, followed by a pledge of allegiance by Chief Dr. Robin Starks.
Amen. Amen. Of the United States of America.
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Madam Manager, I don't think the mic is working. Okay, we're here.
Let me work.
All right, so we're gonna go into our awards, proclamations, and acknowledgements. So we have two award presentations. We'll start off with Vice Mayor Kelly first, and then we'll go into Commissioner Santiago. Okay, so we're gonna one second. We'll 1 second. So we'll come back to that. We'll go into our public presentations. So first up, we have a presentation from our police chief in regards to the open carry law, followed by Mr. Eric Sumlor from Seed School of Miami. Chief, you got the floor.
Thank you, sir. There's a presentation, a PowerPoint that's been created specifically for this conversation today. As we all know that the open carry is now legal within the state of Florida. So I was going by the PowerPoint, but it's not working. So it went into effect September 10th, 2025. There's been several conversations during Dade Chiefs meetings in reference to this specific topic. So therefore, I'm following the guidelines that we've discussed to also include what Miami-Dade Sheriff's Department is implementing as well. So with that being said, the Florida State Statute is 790-053, the open to carry, which is unconstitutional. It is final. And there's been still discussions and conversations about it. However, there'll be updates provided to us during the Dade Chiefs. Now, although at the age of 18 to 20, they cannot purchase any firearms. However, they are still eligible to open to carry a firearm, even though they don't meet the age requirement to go out and purchase, whether it's open to carry or concealed. Restrictions. There are restrictions in certain places that firearms are not permitted. For example, you have the schools, detention facilities, courthouses designated by order, and then you also have government buildings. This building here is considered a government building. There's a school in this building as well. So therefore, no firearms are permitted, whether it's open to carry or concealed in this building. The mission is always going to be the safety. Of course, we want to make sure that we educate the officers on the Second Amendment, where they do have the right to bear arms. But the priority is making sure that the safety of the officers as well as the citizens are looked upon and is considered. Some of the things that the officers will be looking for, certain activities that are prohibited regardless of whether it's an open to carry or a concealed, is improper exhibit of a firearm. So if they're displaying the firearm and they're actually pointing it at other people, that is an improper display of a firearm. And of course, they can be detained and subsequently arrested for that. Possession of firearm by a felon, that is totally prohibited, and they are not to be carrying a firearm. If it is determined in the midst of an investigation that they do have a felony and they are carrying a firearm, that is arrestable. Also, if they are under the influence, private property owners, they can also prohibit anyone from carrying a firearm on their premises. So if someone has a firearm and they want to come on their property, they can prohibit that from taking place. And law enforcement would ultimately come out in order to secure the firearm just to handle the situation. But property owners can also prohibit anyone from carrying firearms on their property. Officers should enforce trespass warnings as prohibited. So an example of that is if there's a restaurant owner and they see someone that has an open to carry, even if it's concealed, but mainly open to carry, a restaurant owner has the right to tell that person to leave the premises. Now they can actually leave on their own. And if they refuse to do that and law enforcement come to the premises, then the management of that facility will have to tell the person in their presence of law enforcement that they cannot carry the firearm and they have to leave the premises. If they refuse to leave the premises, then of course that person can be arrested and they can be charged with exhibiting of a firearm, trespass. So there's actual charges for that. Next, we have guidelines when individuals are being detained. So when officers are responding to various scenes, for example, if there's a domestic violence, and they respond to a scene, the person having open to carry in a domestic violence situation. The officer do have the right to tell that person, we understand that they have their right to bear arms. However, for their safety, the officer can now secure the weapon. And once they've completed their investigation, they would have to give that weapon back. As long as there's no criminal act or a violation according to state policy that has been violated. So if there's no criminal act, that person doesn't have a felony, you conduct the investigation, the officer must give that weapon back to that individual. When it comes to courthouses, the courthouses is still into effect. Firearms were never permitted in the courthouse, and that is still in place right now. For the high awareness, we do expect for a large call volumes to come into the police department. We have to handle each case accordingly. And we have to be very sensitive to the fact that we do have this state statute in place right now. So that's why the training is going to take place for the law enforcement personnel. They have to approach every situation safely. There's going to be high alert. They're going to take all the necessary actions to make sure that they go home at the end of the night. So when it comes to the alertness and the awareness, we do anticipate a large call volume when it comes to the open to carry. Some of the things that we are going to be discussing when it talks about practical scenarios and responsibilities, the open carry and public sidewalk. Excuse me. If it is observed a criminal act has taken place, then of course, the officer have to take the necessary actions. However, handling the firearm in a reckless manner, threatening manner, impairment, ongoing assaults, then of course that person will be arrested because that is an improper display of the firearm. When officers are conducting traffic stops, they are to instruct the driver to keep their hands where they can see them. That's a normal practice that has been in place for the past years, for decades. So to avoid any type of situation, they'll have the person either step out of their vehicle or to step away from the weapon for their safety. Once they complete their investigation, there's no other violations. They can issue a parking citation, a driving citation. If there's no arrest being made, then they will continue on their own as normal. When it comes to public parking disputes, and again, this is something I just previously talked about, so I'm going to bypass this slide here. You have to make sure you separate the parties. So any parties involved in any kind of dispute, you separate the parties. Let's say there's a verbal altercation. One of the people have thank you, sir. One of the individuals have a firearm displayed openly. You separate the parties, you secure the firearm, and once they secure the firearm, they conduct their investigation. And again, if there's no crime that has been committed, then they will carry on as normal, but most importantly, to secure the firearm and return the firearm back to that person properly if there's no arrest that is going to be made. If an arrest is going to be made, the officer has a responsibility to turn that weapon in to our property unit, and that person has to now bring proper documentation in order to retrieve that weapon, saying that they are the rightful owner of that firearm. And that goes when it comes to the 18 and the 20-year-olds, because they cannot actually go out there to purchase a weapon. However, they have the right to open and carry. So now whoever purchased that weapon for them, they're going to have to come in to provide proof and documentation that they are the owners of that firearm. I just discussed about the open to carry in the restaurant. It is the responsibility of the management. If they don't feel comfortable and they want that individual to leave, they can actually tell them verbally. Once the officer responds to the scene, then they have to mention it again to the officer once they arrive. The number one priority is the safety. Safety and securing the scene is a priority, because we want to make sure that not only the safety of the officers, but the safety of the residents in the community is the number one priority, to make sure that we're looking at them as a whole, but we also want to make sure that we justify any actions that we take. Body-worn cameras is a policy right now. It has been into effect for years. Each officer is responsible for making sure that they adhere to the policy, but it's even more important right now based on the situation that they may encounter, that they have their body-worn cameras on and active. As law enforcement officers, we are going to make sure that they're educated and they know the law and they know what steps they need to take. Any event that they are unsure, we will reach out to legal to get whatever advice and consulting that we need in order to ensure that we stay in compliance with the state law. The goal is to educate not only the officers in this case, but also educate the community. If there's any questions that we're able to assist as it relates to the open to carry, then we're able to provide that information to anyone that has any questions related to that. And again, we will reach out to our legal department for any questions that we may have. Right now, we've been collaborating through Dade Chiefs, and we've actually been communicating with Miami-Dade Sheriff's Legal Department, which has been very instrumental in helping us out, even creating this PowerPoint.
Great. Thank you, Chief, and I'm happy that you did this. The reason why I asked you to do this is because this has been a question for a lot of people. They want to know how, what, who, what, when, where, and how this affects the city of Opa-locka. So I thank you for the presentation. So do we have any questions from the commission on this? Thank you. So, Madam Manager, the only thing I'll ask is maybe to a couple of these, just put them downstairs so the presentation itself. All right, we can go to the next one, which is Mr. Eric Sumler from the C School, Miami.
Check. All right, how y'all doing? My name is Eric Sumler. I'm from the C School of Miami. First and foremost, I'm a former Opa-locka resident, but I'm an Opa-locka for life. I've been in Opa-locka since I was born, under the leadership of people like Commissioner Vice Mayor Joseph Kelly. I'm here to present today the C School of Miami, which is a hidden gem right on the outskirts of Opa-locka. It's a 6th through 12th grade college prep boarding school. It's giving the kids an opportunity to experience the college experience while they're in 6th grade all the way through 12th grade. Research has shown over the years, a lot of students graduate high school and go to college and come back home from homesickness or just not being able to cope with their environment in a new environment. At our school, our focus is college readiness and the college experience. The school, like I said, sits right on the outskirts of Opa-locka, right on 127th Street and 19th Avenue. The school offers everything for the students. The dorm component is the greatest feature that I could think of, because we provide breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the students throughout the week from Sunday all the way through Friday. The students, they stay on campus. They get the same academic rigor that they receive at every other public schools, especially public schools in our community right here in Opa-locka. Our feeder patterns, they aren't the best, but they're trying. Our school have everything that those schools offer from sports, the extracurricular activities as far as clubs, sparks, we try to spark their interest and everything else. Another great feature of our school is we have a counseling team that see the kids to college and through college. We have a counseling team that visit every college, every student that left our school and went to college. Our counseling team, they're visiting them monthly to see how they're doing, make sure they're picking the right courses, making sure they're going to class, making sure that they're picking the right friends and everything else. That's very important. A lot of other features that the school offer I can speak about, but I would love to have Opa-locka as a staff, as a community, as well as parents, friends, and families to come out and visit the campus. The campus is 24 hours. If you ever want to schedule a tour, you can stop by the campus at any time, ask for myself or anyone else that's in the admissions team, and we can give you a tour of the campus so you can see the kids and how much they enjoy being on the campus. Another reason I came to Opa-locka today to present this is I remember the glory days of Opa-locka when the parks was the parks. It was safe environment. We was full with parks from Shabani to Ingram. We have close to 300 kids in our building that want outreach programs, that want to get out of the school to come and enjoy the activities in the community. I reached out about football. We have, I think, 3 kids that's from our school that's playing for Opa-locka football program right now. And I want to keep that community, that bridge going, moving forward. As far as for baseball, I remember baseball was big in Opa-locka. With basketball, any other sports or activities that the city offer, I want our school to be the bridge that bring that community back together. As well as at the school right now, we probably have about 25 students that current residents of Opa-locka. I want all the kids in Opa-locka to have that option for middle school and high school. I want them to come there and take advantage of everything that we offer, and it gives them everything that you need. For me personally, it gives us a lot. I don't want to speak too much about it. I do have some one-pagers in Spanish, Creole, and English at the table in the back, my business cards as well. And I would definitely be around a lot more to present and bring students as ambassadors to also come and see what's out here in Opa-locka. Any questions or concerns? Q&A?
Right.
No. Yeah.
That's me. So I will say, Eric, thank you. We met at the game that I took your place at. And I love the fact that you are bringing your children to play in the sports and participate in the sports in the city of Opa-locka. And it's interesting to me that a lot of the parents that were there from your school are residents of the city of Opa-locka. And I just want to say the school is actually right outside of Opa-locka at the Westview.
The old
Old
Westbrook
Westview
Middle School.
Middle
Yes, the
School.
old Carrie P. Meek Middle School.
Right.
It's right there. Yeah.
Which was one of Opa-locka's feeder pattern schools for middle school.
Yes.
So we do thank you and we do appreciate you. Hey, welcome. You wave, I was waving back. So we thank you and we appreciate you for the presentation. So we'll open up the floor for questions to anyone. For Mr. Eric. All right.
Mr. Mayor, I don't have a question. I just have to,
How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing just wonderful. I'm just gonna be a proud, to see you here
Now,
going full circle.
You poured into me, so I'm giving it.
So I just leave it at that. Thank you. And I know as the mayor said, we'll follow up and just glad to see you giving back.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And as he said, those residents that are here, Mr. Eric is in the back with a table with information on the school. So we're moving back and we're going backwards back to our awards, proclamations, and acknowledgements. All right, so we're gonna start with Commissioner Luis B. Santiago. You have the floor.
Thank you. Downstairs. Yeah, the certificate there. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Use the microphone.
Good evening, everybody. Another sunshine day here in Opa-locka, one of the most beautiful cities for Dade County. I've been waiting a month and a half, I believe, for this moment, and for that moment to say and to giving thank you to a group of business people here from Opa-locka that they working together with us to make possible one of the events here in the great city of Opa-locka by the east side in Ingram Park, Labor Day. And today here I have with me that I want to call everybody to the front. And the great city of Opa-locka want to give you to each one of you a certificate. Let's start it. No, that one is the last. Oh, that one the last.
Thank you.
Not yet. Okay, yep. Yep. Para acá, venga. I'm gonna start it first to say the city of Opa-locka want to give you thank you for everything that you guys doing, okay, to make possible that day, Labor Day here in the great city of Opa-locka. And we're presenting a certificate of appreciation, presenting to Osmani Pelais for Blue Fury Sport Complex.
Thank you.
Okay, that's the first. And I like to say that we are very thankful for the generous contribution that you do to the city of Opa-locka for that event, Labor Day here. And your dedication and community spirit and support have played and vital roles in brings our celebration to life and making a memory occasion of all. That's the reason why today that the great city of Opa-locka want to give you honor to all you guys and commitment our community present today, the 8th day of October 2026, signed by Commissioner Luis B. Santiago.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you to Ariel Hernandez. He's from King Rexley Service. My good friend Juliana Montoya for Champion Collision, and Michael Perez from Champion Collision too. Thank you. Una foto.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias por su. I have another one, please. Thank you. Ahora, and now I want to call him here in front of me, one of the more important person in my life. First, I know is God, my creator. But he put somebody here in her to always, keep an eye in me. And I want to call today my pastor and his wife, Cristino Pinales, for Ministerio Renuevo, and Rafaelina Pinales. They're celebrating something beautiful here in the great city of Opa-locka. 15 years of service in the great city of Opa-locka, not outside of Opa-locka, inside of Opa-locka, 15 years, helping our people, helping everybody in the great city of Opa-locka, the young, people that we have in that church, that they come back, to the words of God, and they doing so well. And I like to recognize him today for that 15 years of service to my pastor and my pastora, Cristino Pinales and Rafaelina Pinales, 8th of October 2025, for the 15 years anniversary of Renuevo in Opa-locka. Oh, I always complain. I say, where is Rafaelina? Okay. But thank you very much, Pastor, for the grand work that you do here in the great city of Opa-locka. And let's continue to the 20 and to the 30 years anniversary. Picture.
So we have another presentation by Dr. Charlene Bass.
So I want to present this commendation to one of our very own, and I'm going to ask Ms. Joanna Flores to please come. So, Ms. Flores, this is well overdue. So, the City of Bright Opportunities Accommodation. Whereas Ms. Joanna Flores has faithfully served the City of Opa-locka for an outstanding 30 years, beginning her career as a receptionist and through dedication, perseverance, and hard work, rising to the esteemed position of City Clerk. Good girl. Whereas Ms. Flores has served the city, I'm sorry, let me start again. Whereas Ms. Flores has served as the city clerk for 15 of those years, becoming the first city Hispanic city clerk, and demonstrating exceptional knowledge of municipal operations and deep commitment to integrity and a tireless work ethics that has earned her the respect of her peers, elected officials, and the community. Oh, Ms. Flores. Whereas through her tenure, Ms. Flores has led by example, constantly upholding the highest standards of professionalism, fairness, and service, while also mentoring others and ensuring the continuity and accuracy of the city's official records and legislative process. Whereas beyond, did I skip? Where was that? Whereas beyond her professional accomplishment, Ms. Flores is a devoted mother and daughter who selflessly balance the responsibility of family life with demands of public service, always putting the well-being of both family and the city of Opa-locka first. That is hard to do. Whereas her dependability, humility, and her institutional knowledge have been invaluable to the growth and stability of the city, and her legacy is marked with unwavering loyalty, strength, and character, and a genuine love for the community she has served. And whereas, be it resolved that the city of Opa-locka hereby commends Ms. Joanna Flores with heartfelt appreciation and recognition for her extraordinary services and commend her for her 30 remarkable years of dedication to the city of Opa-locka. And the rest says whereas. That's it. Yeah.
I must say we have the best clerk in the world. she's not only the clerk, but like she say, she's our mama to the commission. She's the IT director to the commission. She's the events coordinator to the commission. She does our flyers for the commission. She keeps the commissioner, and we love the clerk. So thank you for doing what you do for the city commission and to the city of Opa-locka as a whole. And thank you, Commissioner Bass, for acknowledging our city clerk. As we move on to the approval of the consent agenda, do we have any pulls, deferrals, or deletions at this moment?
Yes, sir.
Vice Mayor Kelly? Well, I have well, to delete, my item, which is item number 13. 13.6.
You say you're
Yeah, I'm deleting it off the agenda. Vice Mayor Kelly?
I'd like to defer 16A1 to the next meeting.
My item 13.6.
He defer number 6.
13.6 is being deleted off the agenda, and 16A1 is being deferred to the next meeting. All right, any other pulls?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Santiago?
I like to pull up number 8. What's that? 16A?
Mm-hmm. Anyone else?
I'd like to pull number 10.
All right. Anyone else? All right, so just for clarity, I have item number 13.6. My item, I'm deleting it off the agenda. Commissioner Santiago pulled item 13.8, and Commissioner Irvin pulled item 13.10. And Vice Mayor Kelly deferred item 16A1 until the next meeting. All right, can I get a 10 was pulled.
10. Mhm.
All right, can I get a motion? Moved by Vice Mayor Kelly,
Second.
second by Commissioner Irvin. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Irvin,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Kelly.
Yes.
Commissioner Santiago.
Yes.
Commissioner Bass.
Yes.
Mayor Taylor.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
All right, can I get a motion to approve tonight's agenda? Moved by Commissioner,
Second.
sorry, moved by Vice Mayor Kelly, second by Commissioner Santiago. Madam Clerk?
Vice Mayor Kelly.
Yes.
Commissioner Santiago.
Yes.
Commissioner Bass.
Yes.
Commissioner Irvin.
Yes.
Mayor Taylor.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
All right, we're going into the approval of minutes. Can I get a motion to approve the Sunshine Meeting minutes from September 23rd, 2025? It was so moved by Commissioner Santiago. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Irvin. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Santiago.
Yes.
Commissioner Bass.
Yes.
Commissioner Irvin.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Kelly.
Yes.
Mayor Taylor.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Can I get a motion to approve the second budget hearing minutes from September 24th, 2025? Moved by
Second.
Commissioner Irvin, seconded by Commissioner Santiago. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Bass.
Yes.
Commissioner Irvin.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Kelly.
Yes.
Commissioner Santiago.
Yes.
Mayor Taylor.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Last one, can I get approval of the minutes for the regular commission meeting minutes, September 24th, 2025?
Move it.
Moved by Commissioner Bass,
Second.
second by Vice Mayor Kelly. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Irvin.
Mm-hmm.
Vice Mayor Kelly.
Yes.
Yes.
Commissioner Santiago.
Yes.
Commissioner Bass.
Yes.
Mayor Taylor.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
All right, Madam Clerk, I don't see any, you could correct me if I'm wrong, no District 1, District 2, or state reports at this time.
No, Mr.
All
Mayor.
right, we've already done public presentation, so we can go into citizens forum. Can you please state for the record how to participate in citizens forum?
The City of Opa-locka Commission meetings are held in person at the Opa-locka Government Center, City Commission Chambers, 780 Fisherman Street, 3rd floor, Opa-locka, Florida. Members of the public wishing to address the commission may do so in person or virtually. Those persons wishing to participate virtually should register prior to the scheduled meeting time on the city's website at opalaca.fl.gov. When speaking before the commission, please make sure to give your full name and address for the record. There is a 3-minute time limit for public comments. Please adhere to the decorum policy, which is part of the commission meeting agenda. City commission meetings are aired through live stream at www.youtube.com/user/city of Opa-locka.
All right, Madam Clerk, do we have, or Madam Assistant Clerk, do we have any participants online or write-ins?
No, at this time we don't,
All right,
Mr. Mayor.
citizens forum is open for those in the chamber.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners, Audrey Dominguez, 1147 Jan Avenue. I wanted to speak on regarding Jan Avenue and Ahmad Street. I'm gonna be bringing this up every time until I get my 4-way stop sign. I requested data and reports of all accidents that occurred in Jan Avenue and Ahmad Street. I also requested a study of the crash in that location. I received 2 of the 3 items that I requested. I never received the crash study, which I know it was mentioned that it was done. These reports that I got, I don't think they're accurate because it says there were only 8 accidents from 2016 to 2025. 8 accidents. Now, I have been living in that house for 31 years. And I witnessed myself over 7 accidents in the past 4 years. Me being in my house or after work, whatever. So I'm just gonna wait and speak to the chief to see how we can look it over again, because I did pay to get this report, but I don't think it's accurate. Now, I wanted to speak on resolution number 5 regarding the mental health unit within the city police department. I think this is a great idea. We do have a lot of people that suffer from mental health. However, I wish this was brought up 2 years ago because we wouldn't have been sued and paying, like, it's almost over $1 million, the lawsuit that we have, and it's ongoing. I know these officers need the training to de-escalate these type of situations, and it's needed. Regarding resolution number 8, directing the city manager to consult the city attorney prior to employee termination. I think that's another great idea, because I do recall as a sitting commissioner, I did ask at one point in time the city attorney if she had been advised of an employee who had been terminated, and she stated no. And of course, we later on were sued. The only thing that I would recommend is having the HR, because I didn't see anything regarding HR involved in this. And the director should be involved because she has the records and she knows what to recommend and has knowledge and experience. And it's like, I'm gonna make an example with Miss Flores, where she has had staff in the past and she had to terminate someone, but she had probable cause, she had documentation and followed the policy and procedures and did things the right way. And to this day, I haven't heard anybody coming back for us, the city. And I know that sometimes we terminate employees and we get into our feelings. However, I think that the city attorney is here to give legal advice.
Yes.
That's it.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Citizens forum is still open. Citizens forum is closed. Madam Manager, I know you have it under your report to discuss the traffic calming devices that have been ordered for the intersection. So I'm gonna ask that you to go ahead and discuss that now for Commissioner Dominguez.
As is written in the report, the traffic calming devices were ordered. We're still pending delivery. Mr. Austin checked today and they have not been delivered to us yet, but again, they were ordered. So we're
Okay.
just waiting.
So what does that actually mean for that intersection? No, street?
I've spoken to the chief, try to see if we can have police cars sit there periodically, but they can't stay there all day, and that's the issue.
All right, and the calming devices are,
It was already ordered.
no, but
Yes.
what are they?
Mr. Austin? It's the
And I know we're still waiting to hear back from the county on others. Dennis, what they said last meeting.
As per the manufacturer for Area Austin Public Works Director, as per the manufacturer that we ordered the devices from, they expect the shipment date of the 26th of November.
And what are the devices and what are
The devices are the radar-enabled speed monitoring signs. We're going to put them on the four corners of the intersection, 20 feet from the stop sign.
Okay. And the stop signs,
The stop
doing the
sign-
four-way stop signs, or are we still waiting on the county?
There's an ongoing study through the CIP
That's what okay.
department.
Okay, and we have no idea when that be completed?
That was a study was
Mr. Mayor.
passed a few commission meetings ago, but she can elaborate on it.
One second. Ms. Gross?
Adelina Gross, CIP manager. The study was passed in last commission meeting. And we just executed the contract. It's considering on the manager's office to be signed, and we are starting that. So that's the first priority. Ajang and Amat is the first priority for the study. So we expect at least 3 weeks, starting next week, to complete the study. We already have data on that and the traffic data analysis. So what they will be is completing and meeting with Miami-Dade County Traffic Engineering to implement the stop signs.
Okay. Commissioner Santiago?
Yes, Madam Manager, I heard before in one of our meetings about that photo stop sign. The photo stop sign, they say that we buy it already, we have it. What is the situation really with that?
You did,
And why
and
it takes so long when they county to approve something that we really needed? That's an emergency.
When the city sent it to Dade County, it was denied. So we're going another route and having a consultant do it so they can send it to the county as a study because the county denied it from the city.
I don't think it's working.
Yeah, it's on.
All right, Madam Manager, can we
And,
get IT to turn your mic up, please? Because we can't hear you at all.
Can you hear me?
Just
Is it better? Hello?
turn it up a little bit, please.
I don't know if it's proper to ask you, Madam Manager, what is the reason they refuse, okay, to us to put the stop sign there?
Go ahead. It was from the county.
Let me think.
Let's not guess. Let's get the actual
No,
info. You
no.
want to send it to us?
I'm not guessing.
right.
They did send us the result of the study at that moment, and they say that they had insufficient data to provide the response at that time.
Yeah.
So
And at that
they-
time, we had to send them police reports as Commissioner Dominguez referenced. We did send police reports to the county during that time, and they said that those reports was not sufficient. We didn't have enough.
But I heard from former Commissioner Audrey, okay, that she lived there for over 30 years, and I lived there already like 22 years, and I see a lot of accident there in that corner. Not only one a accident, and very bad accidents. How many reported that we sent into Dade County? Only 3 or 2?
No, we sent what was provided by the police department. So what happens is the police department
but we don't
provides a
have
list of
exactly
all of,
numbers.
they provide a list of all of the calls for service for accidents at that location. And that was sent to the county.
Okay, that's the A accident the Commissioner Dominguez talking about. The only
She
the one that
requested
she
for a
had.
certain time period.
Okay. We have to go down.
All right,
into
Madam
our-
Manager, what we'll do is we'll do what we did before. Let's go back and then we'll set up a meeting with them. And we'll go that route. And then we'll bring that report back to the commission. So citizens forum is done. So we're going into our items, our consent agenda items. The first item, which is item 13.8.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Opa-locka, Florida, directing the city manager to consult the city attorney prior to employee terminations, providing for incorporation of recitals, providing for scrivener's errors, providing for an effective date. This is sponsored by Vice Mayor Kelly.
All right, can I get a motion? Moved by Vice Mayor,
Second.
second by Commissioner Santiago. Vice Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The item, simply put, as was mentioned by former commissioner, a lot of times what occurs is when the city manager is terminating, particularly high profile situations, the city attorney is not consulted in those terminations. What this action does really is to give us additional legal and procedural safeguard for making sure the city attorney gets a way in. Now, the manager can still do whatever they decide to do, but now they will have a legal caveat, because a lot of times what has occurred in the past, excuse me, is that the attorney was never notified or asked their opinion when it comes to certain terminations or prior to employee terminations. Now, I know we have the union contracts and things, and that's kind of guided through that, but it's nothing wrong with having an exercise set of ears and eyes to look at what that may look at. Because we've gotten sued, and when I've asked the question, even since I've been back, has the attorney looked at this? Has the attorney had a chance to give an opinion? It's been no. So that's the only thing this resolution really does, is directs the manager to consult the attorney prior to the termination. The manager still feels, even after getting a legal consultation, that they want to move forward, it's still within their rights. But I think we need to have an extra set of eyes and ears looking at some of these things, particularly when it comes to terminations. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, so I'll yield to Commissioner Santiago. You pull the item.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and my colleagues. First, I want to start to say that we really have a professional city manager running this city very well right now. And that person is Chameka Lawson. I be searching in other city, and what I see that we're gonna be the first city to bring something like that, a resolution to make our city manager that she's the one have the power, and she running, everything day-to-day operation, that I don't want to get involved in that. And when she sees something that is not right, she had to take action right away. I don't think that she had to go to a second person and asking if she's a professional, asking for any move, because we already have the legal department here, and they always gonna take anything coming to the city. They are there for do the job that they have to do. The manager is the manager, and the manager had the right to have decisions. Okay, when they going to do something, when any employment or whatever happened in the city, she is the one that have to take that decision. I believe that this is something that we keep, some authority that we already give her to running the city. She have another department, the clerk have another department. Nobody I don't think the clerk have to go to asking anybody, about something that she have to do and she know that she have to do. Our legal department too, they are the one, be when the eyes open, to nothing happen, to us or to the city. Why we had to bring that if the other city don't have it? The manager is the manager. She's be appointed by us. And I believe that she have all the responsibility and all the power to make decision. Not going to another person and asking. She have to ask him wherever we have problem, for sure. She's doing it. She's gonna asking for a legal advices, but not to bring a resolution to make her to go anytime that she want to do something, had to go through the legal department. Myself, I think it's not correct from us. We giving the authority to the manager, and she's the one running the city. She have the responsibility to make the city running perfect and to have evaluation for any situation that you found in the way, Madam Manager. You're the one have to handle it. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you, Commissioner.
Mr. Mayor,
Vice Mayor.
let me be very clear, and it's laid out in the legislation. This in no way impedes the city manager from making whatever decision they want to make. We also got to keep in mind, we're making laws and policies not based on a person, but we should be making them based on the position. One of the challenges we've had over the years is folks sitting in a certain seat. And while it would be simplistic for us to say they will consult with whomever they would, that has not occurred. And again, the legislation does not say that even the city attorney were to give advice to say, maybe you shouldn't do it this way. If the manager feels that strongly, it does not preclude the city manager from taking whatever action that is deemed necessary. Separate the person from the policy, because too often in the past, we've gotten major headaches since I've been back. And even before I got back, looking at some of the previous things occurred where the commission had no clue. The attorney had no clue what was taking place, but at the end of the day, it's the commission that has to deal with whatever those fallouts are. This simply just allows and asks the manager to have a review of whatever the decision may be. It may be cases or situations don't even rise to that level. It may be a situation where it doesn't take but 2 minutes. And even if the attorney were to decide, I think you should not, whatever, this does not preclude the city manager from taking any action in her authority from doing so. But what it does say and what it does allow is at least the legal department has reviewed it and hopefully to mitigate these costly grievances, arbitrations, and litigations where we've seen in the past over the number of years. I have the utmost confidence in our city manager. I really kind of believe that if something come up, she will seek the attorney advice, just like I have the confidence of the clerk. If she came with something, she would ask legal. I don't have any doubt that they may do it, but again, it's the policy, not the person. And we need to have something in place that deals with that here in the city, because too often we've seen where even we up here not knowing what's going on until we get a call from the news or some lawyer or something that we didn't aware. And then we ask the question, was the attorney aware? No, attorney wasn't even aware of it, did not get a chance to even weigh in on it. And again, very clearly, the legislation still allows the manager to move forward on whatever they may deem necessary. It does not mean that they can't do whatever. But from my standpoint, looking at history and what has happened, I think we're well served to get that extra set of eyes. And I don't think it precludes the manager and the time frame from getting that done or making whatever final decision that they would deem necessary. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
No problem. So,
No, can I? Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I want to ask him, to the manager, do you have in the past any situation when you have to, asking for legal advice?
Yes,
Okay, good,
I
because
consult with
I
the
understand.
attorney.
This my point with this is this. That no matter what, okay, if it's something happen, you're gonna go and you're gonna ask him, for a legal advice. Because if you don't do that in the past, like what I heard before, or somebody don't doing it, it's impossible because this is a team. We're working all together. Something happened. Everybody had to know what happened or how we're gonna resolve that problem. I don't see it necessary, to bring that type of resolution when you be doing what you have to do. Or the other managers. 100%, if it's something happen in any place or any department, the first person to know is you. And then after that, I know that you're gonna go to the legal department and you're gonna let them know. And that's the time when the legal department take action to protecting the city. I want to leave it like that, but I don't think it's necessary, we created that type of
Mr. Mayor,
resolution.
you done? Commissioner?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Beck?
please call the question.
Wait, before you do that, I do have questions for the sponsor. Vice Mayor, so I know you said it doesn't preclude her from making a decision, but the language that you stated is not in the agenda, which is one of the reasons why I had an issue with it. The language that you said, it does not stop her from making the final decision. It does not speak to that in the resolution nor in the backup documentation. It just simply says that she has to go to her, consult with the city manager prior to employee termination. And
I'm sorry, can I respond?
so, yeah,
Okay, well, and that's why it's like that. And again, please separate the position from the person. Please do that. I think all of us kind of agree at this point that our city manager will do that, but let's be realistic. That hasn't happened always in the past. So that's why the legislation created. But again, it just says for a review, but it does not preclude the manager from doing whatever the manager decides to do. It just simply says the manager consult the city attorney, especially those in collective bargaining, but does not say the manager has to follow the directive of the city attorney. It doesn't say they have to do that. I mean, it just says, Madam Manager, please consult. Now, I have the confidence at this moment that this manager will do that. But again, separate the person from the policy. Because some of us sitting up here, maybe my colleague wasn't here, but some of us been sitting up here where we were in the dark, even as a commission. And we went asking because legal stuff come up that has financial implications, lawsuits, grievances, whatever. And the first thing we're going to do is, well, did legal look at it? No. This does not say that the city manager cannot go ahead and do whatever they deem appropriate, but now it's on them. Because the attorney were to say, I think legally, section 49 says you shouldn't, and the manager still feels that strongly, she could do it, but now she'd have to justify it to the commission. As it was before, maybe the manager didn't know, wasn't aware of that statute or that whatever. That's all it does. So I don't know if you want a different amendment or something to say. I don't mind entertaining to give it clarity. Mr. Mayor, if you have a concern about that particular whereas.
you said not look at the person, but it's singular focus on the city manager. She's not the only person with employees. So that was the one thing. The other thing, it doesn't say that she can't, it doesn't say what you said about the whole, it doesn't preclude her from making the final decision. And also our charter says that she's the only person that can actually do this. So I just, to me, I think we're right in a gray area. I think we're in a gray area. And even if it does come to the commission cannot even opine on whether or not the manager can hire or fire anybody outside of, well, she doesn't have this power anyway, the clerk, the attorney, or the manager herself. So
Mr. Mayor, I'm not asking the commission to opine on anything.
No,
this doesn't go to us at all. What I'm saying is when stuff reaches our desk or this dais, it's already occurred. We don't have to be in the loop at all. Only thing this does ask the manager to consult with the attorney. Doesn't preclude her, doesn't make her have to follow the direction of the attorney. It simply just says, have a conversation with the attorney. You want to do this, make sure there's some statute, something in the agreement, something somewhere, and that's all it does. If the attorney weighs in and says, I don't think should do it, and the manager still feels that they ought to do it or want to do it, it does not stop them. It does not stop them. We don't have anything. We're not weighing in on any gray area. We set policy. And again, separate the policy from the person. So, Mr. Mayor, you've sat here, I've sat here since I've been back, and you prior to, and some of us have seen where we did not have a clue. The attorney didn't have a clue. It was done by management. And when I look at it, I'm not an attorney. When I've looked at some of it, it's like, why didn't we get a set of eyes to look at this? Because we were totally in the dark. And when you go to court, when you get into the legal process, which we're not lawyers, the first thing, how come you didn't weigh in? That clause in that agreement or that contract or whatever. Again, this does not preclude the manager from taking any action. I believe, as she said, she probably will consult with the city attorney, but take out the policy from the person. This is policy for whoever's sitting in that seat, whoever's sitting in the seat. And whether another city has done it or is doing it, we're the great city of Opa-locka. If it means we're first on it, we're first on it. But unfortunately, because of where we are in our history, I think it was needed. If you had, like I said, you got an amendment or something you want to add to it that gives you further clarity, but I don't believe that we're any gray area of stepping on the manager's authority or whatever. Matter of fact, let's do it this way, Mr. Mayor. If I can I have the attorney to weigh in so we can get a legal opinion? Does this legislation, Mr. Mayor, can I get that? Because I want to be very clear since you brought up gray area. Mr. Mayor, to the attorney.
Madam Attorney.
Is the question?
The question is, by passing this legislation, are we in a gray area of stepping on the manager's authority to hire and fire?
No.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor. We can call it a question. I don't want to belabor it. Been here for a while on this one item, so.
When I say the final,
Commissioner Santiago.
thank you. I love to to asking, everybody, what is the difference from now or for the future if we pass it, if it's the same thing? It's no matter what. Well, whenever we have a problem, we're gonna go through the legal department. But when we pass this, we're giving some kick, okay? Like Mike Callen mentioned it before, and now Shadow, we already have it. Okay, and we're gonna do something that is gonna affecting the position of the manager, not a person, the position of the manager for any manager coming to the great city of Opa-locka. I'm ready to vote.
We can vote. And Vice Mayor, the issue that I have is this. I think this decision should be the manager's decision. If she wants to consult the attorney, then she should have the right to say whether or not she wants to consult the attorney. It is her job, it is her decision to hire and fire in this city. I don't think we should have the power to direct her to consult the attorney before she makes a decision. That's solely her responsibility under our charter. That's all I am saying, and I stand on that. And you said, now, it's not about the person to me. It's not about the person at all. But again, she's not the only person that has employees. The clerk wasn't included in this. No one else was included in this. You said the manager. You said the manager. So you said don't look at the person, but it's kind of hard not to look at the person when you single that one person out. Again, our charter states that Section 3.3, the manager shall be responsible for appointing, hiring, promoting, supervising, and removing of all city employees, except the city attorney, the city clerk, and all employees of the city, of the office of the city attorney, and all employees of the office of the city clerk. Putting an extra barrier or a layer there, I don't think we should have that to do. If she wants to consult her, let her do it. If she doesn't want to do it, then she shouldn't have to do it.
Mr. Mayor,
Vice Mayor Kelly.
we have seen over and over from this dais, and I didn't want to be going back in history. Again, it's not the person, it's the position. I didn't bring up the city clerk because I felt at this moment, this was the legislation I would bring forward. You bring up legislation, others bring it based on how they feel, how they want to do it, whether it's a raise for the clerk, whether it's a raise for the manager, whether it's a this or that. We all have that right. This legislation, because what I've seen over the last few years, since I've been back and going back, looking at some of the previous settlements, it was obvious that legal was not involved. That's all it does. All it does is have a conversation. It's not an extra layer. I believe what she said. She probably will. But again, it's not the person, it's the position. I didn't bring up the city clerk because I have not seen historically these kind of challenges in the clerk's office. If I did, I would have included the clerk. I don't go looking for stuff to create, but I also know at the end of the day, it's still taxpayer dollars. And whether it's 3.5 section or 4.8 section, the attorney just told you from a legal standpoint, it does not impede on the manager's authority in terms of a great area, and it definitely does not impede the manager from taking any final decision that she needs to make. And I believe that she will, but that's why the ledge is before us. Mr. Mayor, can we call for the quote vote? Let's just.
We can definitely call the question. I'm gonna say this last thing. It don't matter if we vote for this or don't vote for it. If she fires somebody and they want to sue it, the attorney can look at it 4-5 times. They're gonna sue. It does not stop that at all. And I understand what you're saying, but her job is to fight for this city. Period. If the manager wants to consult her, then that's the manager's prerogative. If she doesn't want to consult her, then she don't have to consult her. That's where I stand, and that's where I'm at.
Mr. Mayor, you just said it yourself. We have an attorney. So she can fight, anybody can sue. But that's why you have a legal department to give you recommendation. If you're going to fight or if you're going to fire, make sure you got this T crossed, this I dotted. It doesn't preclude anybody from suing us. We're just trying to safeguard the city and taxpayer dollars. So I'm baffled by that statement, but let's just vote. Let's just vote.
If I may,
Go ahead.
I try to be the peacekeeper here. I don't know. Would you accept the friendly amendment? Because if you're concerned, are you willing to make an amendment or to add what you're not comfortable with? And are you willing to accept it?
I'm not.
What is the amendment?
There is no amendment for me because Vice Mayor said that it wasn't about the person, but he brought up the city manager. Period. So this is but I don't think we should force her to consult with her colleague on a matter that she has full right to do. I think it should just be stated and tell her, you need to, hopefully you will consult her. But I don't think we should force her to do it.
Yeah.
I don't think we should force her to do it. And I know that the attorney said it's not a gray area, but this is the woman's right under our charter to hire and fire. We can,
Mr.
but
Mayor.
again, we could call the question because it's been.
Mr. Mayor, I'm not going to let that go because nowhere in this legislation says that she has to take the recommendation of the city attorney. It doesn't say she could totally ignore it, but at least it's on record. There's nothing that forces her to take the advice of the attorney. It is solely her authority as the city manager to hire and fire. Nobody is disagreeing with that. And if the manager gives her 8 pages of why she shouldn't do it and she still does it, she is within her rights to do it. But I believe that because of our past history, our past challenges with grievances and costly litigation, it makes sense to do. Again, I don't see that with the clerk's office. That's why I didn't bring it for the clerk's office. So stop trying to put those two together. They're charter officers, but if I saw it in the clerk's office and her hiring and firing or lawsuits, then I would have added the clerk. I only added the manager. If somebody wants to do the clerk, they can. So don't, you know.
Mr. Mayor, y'all got me all over the place. I'm sorry.
I'm not all over the place.
No, I said y'all got me all over the place.
Oh,
I'm
go ahead.
sorry. So, never mind. Just
The vice mayor has his opinion. The mayor has his opinion. I don't agree with it. I stated it. I stated why I don't agree with it. The manager, is her job to hire and fire, and it should only be her job to hire and fire without consulting anyone. But again, Commissioner Bass has asked to call the question. Vice Mayor has asked to call the question, I believe 3 times. And this is my second time saying call the question. Madam Clerk, call the question.
Vice Mayor Kelly,
Yes.
Commissioner Santiago,
No.
Commissioner Bass.
Yes.
Commissioner Irvin,
yes.
Mayor Taylor.
No.
Motion passes 3-2.
And we're moving on to item number 1310.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Opa-locka, Florida, directing the city manager to conduct a feasibility study and cost comparison of an in-house city attorney versus contracted city attorney services, providing for incorporation of recitals, providing for scrivener's errors, providing for an effective date. This is sponsored by Commissioner Santiago.
Can I get a motion?
Move it.
Moved by Commissioner Santiago. Okay, this item dies for lack of a second. All right, moving on to item 16A. 16B1.
An ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Opa-locka, Florida, amending Chapter 4, Article 1, Section 4-15 of the city's Code of Ordinances entitled Public Consumption of Alcoholic Beverages Prohibited, Exceptions, to transfer the new review and approve authority relating to alcoholic beverages exceptions from the City Commission to the City Manager, providing for administrative review by the City Manager, providing for adoption of representations, providing for conflict and repealer, providing for inclusion in the code, providing for scrivener's errors, providing for an effective date. The first reading public hearing was held on September 24th, 2025. This is sponsored by Mayor Taylor.
I can I get a motion?
Move it.
Moved by Commissioner Irvin. All right, this is my item. I'll go ahead and second and pass the gavel to Vice Mayor.
It's been moved in second. Mr. Mayor, it's your item.
All right, so simply put, in the past, when somebody wants to have an event or something, the permit would have to come to the commission. So this is just simply taking that authority away from the commission and giving it to the city manager. Nothing more, nothing less. A lot of people have tried to come, but they couldn't get it through, I guess, for whatever reason. So I just want to say, because it's administrative to me, I think the manager should have that authority to make those decisions and not the commission.
The floor is open for discussion. Yes. No. Floor for public hearing is open. Public hearing is open. Public hearing is closed. My colleagues, the floor is open. Discussion. Commissioner Irvin. Oh, I saw you.
No.
Vice Mayor,
Commissioner Bash, you have the floor.
I don't have an issue with the ordinance. The only thing I would like to be sure that we have ample police presence when we're serving alcohol, that's all.
Okay, any other discussion? Mr. Mayor, I do have a question because this allows for any, I guess, any event that takes place, and those are events that include going through Parks and Rec when you're renting for anything. Is that the intent?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, I said the same concern with the use of alcohol and how much staff is there. Because I know a certain number of people requires an officer. What is that threshold, Madam Manager?
50 and over
50 and
requires
over.
an officer.
Okay, and so when they sign the form, and now it's just straight for you for alcohol, to be able to serve alcohol, how would it be to know if somebody's had too much? I guess that's what I'm really looking at, asking. I get that they're taken out of our hands, so we ain't got to keep having these, come before us for alcohol usage. I don't really have a challenge with that. But what I'm concerned is that on the Parks and Rec staff? Is that on somebody to say, okay, it's been enough alcohol or you had too much? So that's what I'm really concerned about.
We can control it if it's at one of our park facilities because we'll have staff there and they'll have a visual and they can see when things are getting out of control. But if it's not at a park facility, then we will not have.
For most of our
monitor
rentals at a
that.
park facility, when we rent, I mean, if it comes to your desk, it's got some kind of park
Yes, if
control.
it's at a park facility.
Right,
yes.
most of the time. So I'm the staff person at Siegel Park, and I notice someone has had too much. What am I supposed to do? And I'm saying that
police.
call who?
Contact the police.
Well, they might be there already.
Well, if the police is there, that's even better.
So they would call the police. The police would say that person
And
you've had
remove
too
them.
much.
Most likely remove them.
Okay. I like the idea of taking that away from, so we don't have to deal with it on these individual cases. I'm just concerned because I've seen some of our rentals, not necessarily in the building, but they're part of the whatever going on. And I'm concerned that it's a spillover sometimes, and we may not even know, because usually we don't have that many staff people where they're inside, outside, all over. And that was my concern. And then the police has got to go over here and say, hey, you've had too much, you know, but then somebody sneaks them a drink. You're going to watch, you got to follow them around the rest of the night or whatever. And usually how these with certain, I mean, most time with adult things, they kind of know, they'll tell somebody got too much. So from our perspective, the staff is really a responsible person to make sure.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Any other questions?
I do. I have another question.
Commissioner Bass?
Is there anything to protect the city as it relates to if something were to happen, the city not being reliable or responsible for it?
We will be revamping our application to include that they would have to have a alcohol license.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be revamping it to include that as well.
Besides the alcohol licenses, what if something were to happen? Are we going to be liable for it because they got a permit, we gave them the permit, but something happens? How are we going to protect the city?
We can revamp it to put some, I work at the city attorney's office to make sure we could put something that covers us on that application.
Okay, thank you.
Vice Mayor.
But hold on one second. Do you want the sponsor to weigh in too? Because this is item.
Yeah,
Mr. Mayor, you want to weigh in on?
So,
Vice.
and when they do a special event, they also have to have
I was
insurance.
just about to say,
That's
that's what I was just about to say. We have to,
Yeah.
they are required to have.
They have insurance. If they don't have
Yeah.
insurance, they cannot sell no alcohol.
So, may I?
Go ahead.
So, God forbid, there's an accident occurred because somebody was drunk. We are not liable. That's what you're saying?
They have to have insurance, and that insurance have to name the city as an additional insurer. So we won't be reliable.
Okay, I just want to make
Yes.
sure that our city's protected because, you know, sometimes people just can't hold alcohol. So I just want to be sure. Thank you.
Commissioner Irvin, then Commissioner Santiago.
No, it's already, we already.
I was
Yeah,
gonna talk
we'll
to
be
him
talking about
about
the
the
insurance.
insurance.
Okay, so to Mr. Mayor, do you want to weigh in on that point? that
No,
Commissioner Bass
because
made?
that's what I was gonna say. They just need insurance. We already require that as a city. But I do want to say, the manager brought up something that's also coming. We're trying to create a temporary alcohol permit for situations like this. And that's something that, yeah, go ahead.
If I may say, even though you can't,
For a second,
I'm sorry.
don't rob me of my gavel time. You're going to yield to Commissioner Irvin? You have the floor, Commissioner. You have the floor.
Be it as it may, even though we have non-alcoholic facilities, I just want to inform everybody, they can hear my voice, there's still alcohol. It's because people bring their own alcohol, okay? So it's still there. I would like to see if they're going to be serving alcohol, if they're going to have alcohol, that there's an additional charge that the city would put in its piggy bank.
It's coming. It's coming.
Okay,
It's coming.
Just my two
It's
cents,
coming.
because they're
It's-
already bringing it. We
it's
might as
coming.
well make good
It's
off
coming.
of it.
It's coming.
Well, Mr. Mayor, how long before that's coming? Because this is going to take place pretty soon, probably before, I guess, you get all the suggestions and add the costs or whatever.
No,
That's
but
the
this
second part of it?
doesn't change anything other than the fact that the commission is not making the decision. The manager, the only thing we're swapping out is commission with manager. So the ordinance itself is staying the same, but we're creating another layer to it, which we'll talk about a temporary alcohol permit. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Consumption permit. Thank you.
All right. So this, and I heard you said about insurance.
Yes.
So anyone that would be renting now be required to have insurance.
Correct.
Okay.
If they're serving alcohol.
Right. If they're serving
Okay.
alcohol. Okay.
No, it's regardless. Insurance, if you have a temporary, forget this. If you have a temporary event permit in the city of Opa-locka, you are required to have insurance regardless.
If I rent Shabundi, I have to have
Right.
insurance for my event.
If it's
You're,
a birthday.
you're supposed to have insurance.
No.
That's not on our application.
That's where.
Do not rob the vice mayor of his gavel.
Wait a minute. And that's where
That's where we going off.
that's where I was getting at, because I'm trying to differentiate when you had entities that want to come and do something versus your normal regular rentals. That's why I was asking the question where you come back with something, because I get the special folks, they got insurance.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking
That's
about.
what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
the special.
Commissioner Urban is referencing just, I want to rent the facility and maybe I want alcohol, but I'm not a entity, so I don't really have insurance. I think that's the discrepancy or concern. I think you're saying you're working or going to work on something like that, but until then, to answer your question, you need insurance. I think that's what I'm hearing the mayor say. Clarify, Mr. Mayor, you're right.
Vice Mayor, and Vice Mayor,
This one, go ahead.
and that's perfectly fine because I buy one day insurance all the time. So that's fine. If you tell me that if I want to serve alcohol at your establishment and you tell me that I have to have a 1 day permit listing you as the beneficiary or whatever, I don't have a problem with it because I'm only paying $138 for the license.
Vice Mayor.
Commissioner Santiago.
Yeah, the situation with that, Commissioner Irving, is that I don't think that they're gonna sell into you a permit or a license for serving alcohol and beverage for
I'm not
1 day.
asking for one.
They only give it to restaurants or, liquor.
That's absolutely not true. I'm sorry, but sorry.
That's also.
No,
Wow.
You can get-
Well,
you can get a temporary
oh.
alcohol license.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on for a second.
To sell, beers that in the street for the day.
Commissioner Santiago. Commissioner Santiago, your concern, your question is, you can't get it? You can't, you're saying you can't get it?
Well, this is new for me. Okay, like if I want to have a license for sell beer and wine in a tank, okay, in the park, well, I can go and get it for 1 day. It's good if it's true, but I never see that before because
Madam, okay, let me do this
you
and
have
then
to
I'll,
pay a lot to get a license for sell alcohol.
Madam Attorney, since this
That's
has
it.
become illegal,
Well-
can you get 1 day insurance?
Yes, not insurance
You can?
license.
I mean, insurance to insure your.
Yes, sir.
You can't do it. Okay, so then the question becomes, I guess, Mr. Mayor, and to all of us, I guess that's gonna come back in your second
Yes, sir.
part.
And I just want to say, yes, sir. Yeah, that will come back. But also you can absolutely apply through the DBPR with ABNT licensing office for a temporary alcohol and tobacco license. You can- Absolutely.
No, that's good.
Okay, I guess the key is, and because folks are watching, we need to be very clear. I got the second part, revamping the whole process, but until that occurs and we pass this, as it is, it goes to you. Don't have to come back to us, but now there's requirement, if there's alcohol going to be served, they have to get that 1 day, 100 and whatever it is.
Insurance.
And
yes.
but they would know that. That's what I'm
Yes,
getting at.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
gonna be on the application. It's currently it's not on our rental application. It's on our special event application in community development. So we're gonna let that form in parts mirror that same form that community development has for special events to mirror that they will need an insurance for alcohol.
Okay, and I'll address that. Everyone question addressed. I think the biggest key is so folks that are watching understand clearly where this is going, that additional 100 and whatever that amount is going to be for, in case alcohol is involved. And that'll be on the form itself.
Yes, it will be.
Okay, and I guess they need to know, because normally you're renting in advance anyway. It's not last minute, because, okay, because I want trying to get on Friday and the event Saturday and, okay. All right, any other questions for the mayor? His item? Before I turn this gal back over. All right, hearing none. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Bass,
Yes.
Commissioner Irvin,
Yes.
Commissioner Santiago,
Let's drink. Yes.
Vice Mayor Kelly,
Yes.
Mayor Taylor,
All right.
Yes.
motion passes 5-0.
Moving on to item 16B2.
An ordinance of the city of Opa-locka, Florida, amending Article 4 entitled Purchasing of the Code of Ordinances by creating new section 2-361 entitled Public-Private Partnership, P3, providing for severability, providing for conflict, providing for an effective date. First reading public hearing was held on September 24th, 2025. This is sponsored by the city manager.
All right, this is a public hearing item. We'll entertain a motion right now. Moved by Vice Mayor Kelly, second by Commissioner Irvin. Madam Manager, I'm sorry, Commissioner Bass. It's the pink, it's the pink, it's the pink. Commissioner Bass. Madam Manager, go ahead and present it, and we'll open up the floor for public hearing.
This is the second reading of the P3 ordinance that will allow public entities to submit unsolicited proposals without a public bidding process or solicitation process, so long as it is a qualifying project that allows for greater private sector participation in the delivery of public projects. Also, Mr. Gay is here should you have any questions regarding this item.
All right, this is a public hearing item. Public hearing is open. Public hearing is closed. This item was open for discussion. Vice Mayor, you.
Thank you. I support the item. I just simply want to take out on page 170, and I mentioned my briefing, but I was told I had to bring it up as an amendment, where it says the payment must be made by cash, cashier's check, or other non-cancelable instrument. I want to just take out the word cash because we don't need to be accepting the cash. I don't think we do that anyway, but it's in the document. So I was told I had to pull it to make that amendment to delete the word cash out of it. That was my only amendment, Mr. Mayor.
All right. So the amendment on the floor is to remove the word cash from the ordinance.
That's it.
No, you said that, right?
Mhm.
It does.
I look for, I didn't see it.
That's
Well,
not-
it's on one page, page one.
It's not-
Debit, I didn't
See
see
that.
debit or credit card. I didn't see that.
Was in the, it says payment will be made by cashier's check or other non-cancelable
Okay.
instruments. So I guess
That's
cited cash.
All right, so can I get a second on the motion?
Move
Moved by Commissioner
pass.
Bass. Madam Clerk, on the amendment.
Commissioner Santiago,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Kelly,
Yes.
Commissioner Bass.
Yes.
Commissioner Irvin.
Yes.
Mayor Taylor.
Yes.
Motion on the amendment passes.
All right, now we can go ahead and call the question. If no other discussion on this item. All right, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Irvin,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Kelly.
Yes.
Commissioner Santiago.
Yes.
Commissioner Bass.
Yes.
Mayor Taylor.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
All right, we're moving on to our city manager's report. Madam Manager.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and members of the commission. I did submit a written report to the city commission. I do want to highlight some of the things that's listed in the report. The city has remitted its final payment to Miami-Dade County for the citywide meter replacement and installation. As of September 30th, 2025, the city's $2.5 million debt to Miami-Dade County has been satisfied.
Yay.
The finance director has initiated preliminary discussion for the fiscal year 25 audit process. Also, the initial ADA assessment has been completed for the municipal complex in Sherbundi Village. The data has been analyzed and recommendations will be provided once finalized. Also, bids have been received and evaluated for the maintenance and operation of Historic City Hall. The recommendations will be presented to the City Commission at our November 12th regular commission meeting for consideration. And Miami-Dade County has approved the Class 4 permits for Carroll Lane project. Approved the Class 6 permits for the Carroll Lane project. Therefore, the sewer connections along Carroll Lane, Alexandria Drive, and Northwest 27th Street have commenced and will remain ongoing until all properties are complete. I don't have anything else further to report. I'll take any questions or concerns you may have at this time.
Mr. Mayor,
Go ahead, Commissioner Bass.
I just have a quick question, Madam Manager. In the building and license department, I've noticed that they had over 1,000 customers just in a short period of time. But my curiosity is the $314,000 license and permitting. I'm just curious, what are they? I know you probably don't know off the top. Like, what is it that we're?
So occupational license is one. Businesses have to renew. We just went through the renewal period for occupational license. So they were extremely busy in September because everybody's trying to get in to meet that deadline. So that's a large amount of those fees.
I was just curious because that's.
But it's electrical permit, different permits that people come in to pull, permitting fees, Yeah, that's mostly the fees that building license.
Okay. I'm just curious because that's over 1,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were busy. They were
Yeah.
extremely busy.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Keeping going?
do you have something to say, Emma?
Oh, yes, that's the manager report. Um, thank you again, Madam Manager. I'm gonna have a request. To see how fast we can go back to Dade County when a new report for the police department and try to put a stop sign that we need in our roads. And the other one, Madam Manager, we will be talking about the sweeper. Where is the sweeper?
That's also included in the report. The sweeper has been delivered. Staff were scheduled for training but due to the weather, they could not do the training that they needed. And training was supposed to be done today, which they did do. They did their training today.
They already finished the training.
Yes, and
See,
we have-
we're gonna see probably tomorrow the sweeper around. I wanna see it. We've
Give us
been
until
waiting.
Monday, we'll have it out, but we're also
Monday.
working on a schedule so we can have a concrete schedule and have times and dates posted around the city. But
Okay.
you will see the new street sweeper out.
Yeah, and for my last request, Madam Manager, we still have a very bad situation in Shadasar, okay, behind the dollar store there, the entrance, okay, going all that. I know the police department will be working hard in that area, but we need more action. We need more action. We have family, children, a lot of people living in the other side, and they're starting, to call me and go to, even the other day I had somebody go to my house and complain about that. Okay, it's a lot of problem there. I want drugs, and I love to see some action and clean up that area.
Got it.
But we need to do something about it, Madam Manager. Too much problem there. Thank you.
All right, anyone else for the manager? All right, so I'll say this, Madam Manager, I'm happy to see number 3 on your report. And I need to let everybody know the magnitude of that line that the finance director has met with the BCA Watson and Rice regarding the progress of the efficiency audit. And that's a good thing because that's the first step for us to get out of financial oversight. So thank you for the hard work and dedication to that. And we are caught up on our audit, so that is a great thing. But I also want to highlight and shout out our beautification division. Because I didn't get to do this last meeting. The Purvis, the yellow around Purvis, it looks really nice. You all are doing a great job. There's a huge difference. And a lot of people that ride through Opa-locka from other cities have noticed the difference in what Opa-locka looks like now. So shout out to our beautification division. I know we work y'all like a dog. We work y'all like a dog. We complain about y'all like a dog sometimes. But I want to say thank you for a job well done. You all are doing it. The grass being manicured, the daily maintenance, even in the rain, y'all be cutting the grass.
Amen.
And y'all picking up the trash. It's the small things that matter in this community. And I had the ability to actually go out there and assist with the painting and that day. It was fun. And yeah, that man, he be working his people. He worked us that day. I'm gonna say that. And I think Madam Manager, you owe me some white huaraches because my shoes was dirty after that. So good job, Mr. Owen Carney, for a job well done. And Madam Manager, shout out to you as well.
Mr. Mayor.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry to cut you off,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
I get on beautification a lot and I don't thank them enough. So I do want to thank beautification as well. But I also want to thank code and police because this week I went on 22nd Avenue and about 49th maybe. And there were cars just parked along 22nd Avenue. And I made 2 calls, one to code and one to the chief. And we had PSAs there, police, code, everybody. And they did an awesome job with making sure those cars were removed. And that's something that we're going to continue because 22nd Avenue is one of our main thoroughfares in the city. So we do want to make sure that we're touching those main areas. We want to cover the whole city, but especially our main areas. So I do want to thank those departments as well.
Well, since you cutting into my mic tab, like what she said. We can move on to the next part of our agenda, which is our official board reports. I see no one at this time. We can go into our commission reports.
Mr. Mayor, I have board report. I'm sorry. You ready for board appointment?
No, not a
No?
board appointment.
Okay.
Board reports. Reports. We can go into the mayor and commission report. Vice Mayor Kelly, you can go ahead because I see you got a lot, and then we'll go to everyone else.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The managers alluded to in the report, and you mentioned it too. I'm going to keep this bullet point on the commission reports for every meeting: fiscal responsibility and accountability. Even as we move forward, getting out of financial emergency, and I'm excited to hear the progress. We have to keep that before us because once we're in charge of our own finances, we're going to have to really even be more fiscal responsible and accountable. So every meeting, you're going to see me put that on here to remind all of us, commission, department heads, manager, attorney, clerk, everyone of our responsibility and to be accountable as we work our way towards getting out of financial emergency. And I'm thankful the manager made the statement in a Senate report about the payment. And as the mayor said, that's one of our first steps in getting that other audit initiative done. So I'm grateful to see that and hear that. The Arabian Nights Festival Gospel, I had put in my report because I know we had our workshop meeting a while back, and we kind of talked about what we're going to do. And I know the mayor had asked me, mentioned to me about maybe a church, going to a church on that Sunday as a group. But I want to put in my report, and it's not for a long discussion tonight unless you want to weigh in. I'm of the opinion that we need to do something on Sunday. We need to do something on Sunday. I'm not saying knock out anything that's been done, but to me, you can't have a real Arabian Nights festival without having that gospel component on Sunday. Now, I know the funding is already allocated, so we have to work to try to figure that out. But I just want to bring it up so you at least know where Vice Mayor Kelly is thinking. We need to have something on Sunday. It doesn't have to be as big scale as maybe we've had in historical past. It may be something on a smaller scale towards what we do with the National Day of Prayer with some local artists. Come with a budget. I'll speak to the manager, try to get donations, but I do not really think you can have a Arabian Nights festival here in the city, bringing it back without having that gospel portion. And Commissioner Irvin mentioned it the other night in karaoke, and folks were clapping. I don't know if she could hear him because she was on stage, but I could hear him clapping and yay, can't wait for it to come back. But a part of that is also that gospel component. So I wanted to put it in my report. If you have questions, concerns, or have you suggestions, that's fine. But I just wanted to speak for Vice Mayor. And if, nobody else wants to undertake it, I'll do it. Again, I know the money is already allocated from our allocation, but I think we have to have a gospel component for our Arabian Nights Festival. So that's why I put it under my report. Also, Mr. Mayor, I want to finishing my report if I can. I was honored to attend with my colleagues the town hall meeting hosted by Dr. Gallen last Tuesday at Miami Carroll City. We also hosted our monthly farm share distribution last Wednesday at Shabani Pavilion. We serviced approximately 300 families in about a 3-hour period. As always, I want to thank my colleagues for their support, and especially Commissioner Irvin coming by for helping out as always. And of course, with our volunteers and the staff, which I think most are Beautification Division, that always is supportive of that. We also took part in a joint workshop with our CRA in order to focus our downtown development and how we can have some measured progress to redevelop our downtown area. And I know we're going to be having some more discussion and dialogue on that as we look to transform our downtown area. I also had the opportunity to attend the training completion of 2 of our PSA officers in Doral. I'm very excited. It's taken a while, but after over 2 years, we finally have our own PSA officers here in the city. And it goes without saying, I'm going to be looking around to see, because I'm excited to have them, and hopefully they can alleviate some of the challenges and some of the work that our officers are doing that now our PSA folks will be able to do. So I'm excited about that. Also want to say I had the opportunity to support Commissioner Irvin at karaoke, as always, at Ingram Park. I always love to see things for our community, especially at Ingram Park. It took a few years to get open, but it's open. I'm so proud of that. And so it was a great turnout, as always, when she hosted. I also supported, very briefly, the baby shower event and attended the Gospel in the Park that Pastor Cruz held. We also stopped by and showed our support for our Opa-locka Hurricane football program. I'm going to just say it like this. I know the commission, the Booster Club, the parents, we do what we can. And I was watching them because I don't, I don't cook, but I was watching the commissioner and some of the booster folks and parents out not trying, they're actually doing it, fundraising, selling stuff. And I know there's a place for that, but we got to figure out a way to put more money into those youth things like that, where parents can enjoy the game and not just be out there trying to raise the funds for it. And I know, Madam Manager, and I'll have a discussion with you. I know part of the impact fees that come into a city is supposed to go back in, and I'd like to see where that actually breaks down and how much of that goes into parks, because I know that's one area directly related to possible funding, because I know at the end of the year they travel, they got to go to the tournaments and the competitions for the cheerleaders, and I watch that, and I appreciate them doing it, but I also think that as a city with some of our revenue streams that are designed to help our youth programs and all throughout the city, we can enhance that. So I want to look at that to see how we can put some of those dollars directly into those park initiatives like that. And then, and if you have any questions or anything I need to do, let me know. We're also working on our Feeding South Florida. We rescheduled it from the 17th this month because of scheduling with the DMV. So it's going to be the 24th, of course, at Helen Miller Siegel Park. We do have a few DMV slots open. So if you know someone who needs an appointment, please have them go to the site and hook up the link or call the clerk's office in the morning. We're also going to have, as always, the resource vendors on site as well. Finally, we're working with Commissioner Bass on hosting our annual Mob Youth Commission, which is scheduled for October 23rd in the chamber at 9:30 a.m. So any of my colleagues that have a moment want to come by and speak to the students, that's part of Florida City Government Week, you're more than welcome to do so. I think, Mr. Mayor, that concludes my report. Thank you.
All right. Commissioner Irvin, you want to go? Or you need time? Commissioner Bass, you still right here. Commissioner Bass?
Go.
You want to go?
Okay. Thank you so much, Vice Mayor, for that plug. Thank you. The baby shower was simply beautiful. I promise you, next time I'll be a better co-host. Next time I was out there raising money for the kids, but I'm gonna be a better co-host next time. Thank you so much. Karaoke, we had a great time. The residents, visitors, they were very appreciative of us having karaoke over at Ingram Park. And of course, our host, the comedian, he wants that to be the new karaoke spot, because he said that's the spot, that's the place for it. I didn't we haven't agreed yet. We got to share the love all over the city. I would actually like to see it be on Alabama, take it to the Triangle area, but we're gonna work on that. Baby steps. We are also, I'm a park baby, park lady. We are also planning our homecoming festivities. And I am so honored. You don't know how it is for us to try to get people to be in our parade every year. This year, I am so happy to say that Miami Carroll City Senior High School is our featured band this year. So on October 25th, you all could give us about an hour of your time. Come out, watch the kids. Usually we're going up 27th Avenue to Shahrazad, and then we make that right on into the park. Come out and support the kids. And if you also, we're doing a raffle. They're actually the kids are selling raffle tickets for a 70-inch television. And it's only $5. So support the kids. Go by the parks doing football. Any of those kids be happy to sell a ticket to you. And I said karaoke was great. Homecoming. Bingo. It's bingo this Friday. And we're suggesting that you come dressed in your favorite Halloween costume or just Halloween colors, but come out, support. We plan to have a great time. Tomorrow around 6 or 6:30, I think we're leaving with about 50 people, including kids, probably about 40 kids, 50 people in total, going down to Adrian Arts Center to watch the musical play The Wiz. It's going to be a stretch. So please keep us in prayer because some of the kids don't even know what The Wiz is, but hopefully you all know The Wiz. So we're taking kids to see that tomorrow. And the highlight of the last time y'all saw me to now, my highlight was spending 5 days in Atlanta with my granddaughters. So I'm all yours now. Thank you.
All right. Commissioner Bass, no report. Commissioner Santiago?
Excuse me. And I have to say thank you to Vice Mayor for coming out to karaoke and enjoying the festivities with us. Even I think he met a new friend out there too.
That's one way of putting it.
Oh, Commissioner Santiago, you go.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, everybody, again. I want to start in first to say the last Saturday we have a nice time together with Dr. Shalene Bass, Commissioner Shalene Bass, in Domino and Chess in Shavandi. We have, many people going and enjoy it. Well, now even we have a DJ too. We dance the whole afternoon. And we're gonna keep doing it. I believe that we're gonna start at 5, the next one, 5 p.m. in January. Okay, we're gonna keep on doing it at 1:12. Beautiful event, and we're gonna continue to enjoy it together with the community. Now I want to say thank you to all my colleagues to supporting that event that coming in another 2 weeks, and we're talking about the festival for the Hispanic heritage in Opa-locka. But I'm gonna let my colleague, the sponsor, to talking a little bit about that. But I think that we're gonna have a very good time in Opa-locka that day. Also, I have, and I believe is the 23rd, Chief. We're gonna have the opening ceremony for the new Nate of the police department in Opa-locka. Everybody know about it, and the sign is ready, and we're ready to opening the 23rd. Do we have a time, Chief? Something okay about say yeah, because I know Vice Mayor Kelly has something that day too here, the 23rd. Yeah, in the morning. Okay. All right. Well, that's all my report right now. And I left my colleague to talk a little bit about Conga Loca.
All right, so I'll be briefing and we can get up out of here. I just want to say shout out, Vice Mayor had already brought it up, but we want to thank Dr. Gallen for recognizing the city of Opa-locka for everything that we have done in District 1. If many of you do not know, he gave a proclamation to the city of Opa-locka for all of our hard work and dedication. And city of Opa-locka actually sits in District 1 school district. So thank you to Dr. Gallen for that. We all went and attended. It was great. So he acknowledged us, 10 North Group, and Nathan B. Young for being an A school. Commissioner Santiago already mentioned it. Opa-locka is coming back this year. It is on Saturday, October 18th, starting at 3 p.m. And as always, it will be right here in the middle of the street, right in front of the municipal complex. But you can see all of our social media outlets and emails for the information. Our quarterly mayor's business luncheon, starting back for this fiscal year, the first one will be October 21st at 11 a.m. And this one is in partnership with our reformed, I say that, Opa-locka Chamber of Commerce. So let all of our stakeholders know in our business community that we'll be meeting at on October 21st at 11 a.m. Also, our City Hall on Wheels is coming back for this fiscal year on October 29th. And this time we're actually bringing county resources to the city of Opa-locka, and they'll be here all day with everything that they offer with their departments. The chamber luncheon will be at Historical City Hall at 11 a.m. That's the 21st of October. City Hall on Wheels, we're working that out right now. We saw us on that date, but we had a conflict of where it's gonna be. So but the flyer will be out and we'll make sure that each one of you all know where it's gonna be. The turkey giveaway, we're working on a date right now. And once we solidify that date with our partners that are donating, we will get that date out to the commission to make sure that everybody knows in ample time where and when it's gonna be. I just want to say shout out to Commissioner Irvin and Commissioner Bass for that baby shower. I have never seen a tent inside of a building before. That was the most interesting thing. And y'all had that thing decked out and draped. It was a sight to see, and it was really nice. So thank you for that. I also want to say shout out to our police chief and our police chief and city manager for a beautiful swearing in. Great job on that. And then I want to say to police chief, awesome job. She onboarded 15 new officers, 3 new chaplains, 1 new crossing guard, 2 communications operators, and 4 new PSAs. Was sworn in on the other day right here in the city of Opa-locka. So kudos to you, Chief, on that. And I had the ability to join Coffee with a Cop, even though Chief didn't have my order. She made us drink Krispy Kreme coffee when she brought Starbucks for herself. And I put my order in advance. I put my order in advance, and that's what community policing is. It was a sight to see. Every car that came, they greeted the parents, they gave the kids donuts, they gave out hugs, it was a sight to see. And they had me, Commissioner Bass, and Vice Mayor Kelly pouring coffee and mixing for people. We was baristas that day, right? We was good. So it was good, and that's something, and even the parents said we should do this often. So we want to make sure, like Chief said, like the principal asked, and our parents asked, let's just make sure we try to keep this going. I know y'all trying to do it every month, but because 7:30 is really early. But I'll be there. So I want to say thank you all. I love this commission and all of the work that we're doing. We are making great strides in this city. A lot of people are noticing the change. We might not all agree with legislation, but I love the fact that we are still family.
Exactly.
Business is business outside, but we are still family. We are still family. And I appreciate all of the work that we do together. We all have our different opinions, but it don't matter because we're going to still smile and laugh and laugh with each other, and especially at that part. That part. And I think this time we're not letting anybody come between what we're doing up here because we know where we're trying to go with this city. So thank you to a great commission, Vice Mayor, myself. We are doing an awesome job. So we're gonna clap it up by ourselves. For ourselves. And to our beautiful staff, y'all doing an awesome job too.
Mr.
All right,
Mayor,
go ahead.
just- may I?
Commissioner Bass.
I just wanted to say that we reached out to the police department to honor them, to give them donuts and coffee. And they flipped it on us. They was like, no, we're not gonna, donate donuts and coffee from you all at the school. We want to be a part of the community. And I was so elated to know that we were able to work together to make sure that that occurred. And it just gave me a sense of community to see that we reach out to you all and you flip the script. And our parents were so super, so what's the word? Appreciated. And it was just a sight to behold. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's it. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
All I'm gonna say is don't forget about Nathan Beyond. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, for the brevity of time, I know we have a few board appointments. Right. The board appointments. Madam Manager, you said you had something that you wanted to say?
I have some board appointments.
You have board appointments?
Yes.
You got a position on the board?
Yes.
Where's that?
I have recommendations. The
Okay.
commission has to approve them or deny them for Historic Preservation Board and Planning Council.
Are these the alternate members that you're?
Yes.
Okay. What are your recommendations? And we
For Historic Preservation Board, Zamar Brown and Bob Smith. They were previously on the board.
those are the two alternate members?
Yes.
Zamar Brown and
Bob Smith.
Bob Smith.
Mr. Mayor,
So I'll go ahead.
for historic, Mr. Bob Smith was appointed by Commissioner Bass.
Got it. So that leaves just Zamar Brown?
And Zamar Brown is also on the historic. That was your appointment, Mayor.
Wow, you took my appointment. And she was excited.
She was really excited. Go, Madam. Go.
You were already.
Go ahead. What's the other appointment?
So, Mr. Mayor, we do have some applications from previous members. We have Claudine Hibbert for planning and zoning.
So yes, that's one.
And then we also have Maritza Hernandez, who's a resident for Historic Preservation Board.
I have her. I have Maritza.
Okay, so Commissioner Irvin is gonna do Maritza for the Historic Preservation Board. And then okay. And then for the Claudine Hibbert, that's the professional.
She's a real estate professional.
That is
I see,
correct.
okay, so we need her on the
And
board.
that's the manager's recommendation, so that will be an at-large appointment.
An at-large appointment. But Mr. Gate, does she, well, through the manager to Mr. Gate, does she need to be on the board or can she be an at-large appointment? I see we have two appointments.
Members of the commission, Gregory Gay, she will be an at-large.
She, at-large is okay?
Yes,
All right,
but she would be an appointment through a recommendation from the manager's office.
got it, understood. All right, so, Madam Clerk, how would you like us to, handle it? By vote or we just, the manager, we just going
I vote.
by vote?
Mr. Mayor,
Go ahead.
did anyone select Jermaine Barnes for Planning Council?
Jermaine Barnes is also one of the professionals, correct?
Is he already on there?
So,
He was recommended as a professional.
Mr. Mayor, we reach out to all the members and ask them to reapply with the new ordinances in place, and he has not resubmitted an application. So I'm not sure if anyone has had a conversation. Is he still interested in serving? Because he has not responded to our emails.
Mr. Gay said yes, yeah.
Okay.
I'll be following up with him.
Okay,
So at this time, I'll just move forward with Miss Claudette Hibbert Smith.
but would this
Claudine.
prevent you all from meeting? Because we can go ahead and appoint him, then if he doesn't accept, then we'll just redo it at a later time. We'll replace him at a later time. And what about the rest of the board? Everybody else is good or they're still pending? You still? Okay. Fill that by Friday. Got it. All right, so let's do one at a time. The first one is can I get a motion for Ms. Claudine Hibbert for the Planning and Zoning Board?
Move it.
Moved by Commissioner Irvin, seconded by Commissioner Bass. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Santiago?
Yes.
Commissioner Bass?
Yes.
Commissioner Irvin?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Kelly?
Yes.
Mayor Taylor?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
And I don't know his full name, so Madam Manager, just say his name. So can I get a motion to appoint
Jermaine Barnes.
to the Planning and Zoning Board?
Move it.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Irvin, second by Commissioner Bass. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Bass?
Yes.
Commissioner Irvin?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Kelly?
Yes.
Commissioner Santiago?
Yes.
Mayor Taylor?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
And I do believe the historical preservation, but that was your appointment. You already did that. So we're good. All right, so if there is nothing else, as you see, the commission has on pink tonight, bringing awareness to breast cancer, pink and purple, breast cancer and domestic violence. Is there more? Madam Manager, when is the breast cancer event? Is that tomorrow?
We have one tomorrow, and then we'll be having another one, I believe, in 2 weeks.
I know
but
it's
one is
2 weeks.
tomorrow.
And briefly talk about that and then we'll get it.
We have a breast cancer awareness mammogram session that's going to be held tomorrow, and it's being done by our agent of record. We'll be providing lunch. It's open to all employees and the public. So anyone wants to participate can. However, they would have to bring proof of insurance. If they don't have insurance, the provider will pay $150 towards the mammogram
Okay, and where is it gonna be?
at Sherbondi Village.
At Shabani, what time?
Early.
I need to get that.
Well, she said 8, so we're gonna say between 8 and 3.
It's gonna be all day.
It's all day,
Yes.
okay. All right, so all day, so
Yeah.
just look at our Facebook, just make sure we repost it, so
Will
everyone
do.
knows.
Will do.
All right, so, with that being said, our hearts and minds are clear. Vice Mayor Kelly?
I know that's it. Hopefully he can come back, but I see the gentleman did come for the commendation. We've kind of passed that and our camera folks have left, but I want to
But-
acknowledge you.
No, we can still do it, we're gonna still do it.
I don't know, I don't
Ms.
see
Lucille
none
should
of,
take the picture.
Ms.
and we'll
Lucille,
give it to,
okay.
Diana,
I don't
so,
see none of our-
we'll come down and then we'll,
you hit the gap while we're done.
we'll do that now. So,
I didn't want,
So I know we're gonna, get up out of here, but Commissioner Kelly is giving an accommodation to our Photo King.
Vice Mayor.
of our Taste of Opa-locka event.
So, and Opa-locka period, because this man supports every event that the city of Opa-locka has. So we thank you, Emmanuel, for a job well done that you do here in the city of Opa-locka and been a great partner. All right, can I get a motion to adjourn? And then we're gonna come out and take a picture. Moved by Commissioner Santiago, seconded by who seconded? By Vice Mayor Kelly. This meeting is adjourned.
Good.